Good afternoon, people. Welcome. Nabil, Dan, Stadlux, Nilvinus, you're all very welcome. I haven't seen you in a while, Stadlux. Hope you've been keeping well. Let's get rid of that. Hopefully the game will just load as it should today. If it doesn't, and it does what it did yesterday, okay, there you go, never mind. But that's a new intro. I think. Hope for a redo of the giveaway. Listen, if I could do like daily £50 giveaways, that would be great. That would be a great position to be in. I'm not there just yet, but we'll be there soon. The content is in the title, Mr. Stadlux. It's in the title, it's in the schedule and Discord. No Simro this week. I wonder how, with Simro, I think it's going. I don't think there's a huge amount of progress being made, but it's going. Every now and again, there'll be some new test going on the servers as the news is brought to us by Mr. ASR. But I don't think there's anything huge. I don't know. I'm always, with Simra, I'm always in and out. Maybe something was wrong, Dan. Maybe something was wrong. I guess we'll have to see next time if it sorts itself out. Back from a party. Nice one, Stadlux. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope it was a good one. Nabil should have an eye on my comments. Yeah, you know what? That's even more true. The fact that ASR didn't win. Something's wrong. Something is wrong. That would be grounds for a redo, to be honest. Brightness all the way down, please. Gracias. Put the wipers on slow. Get PZB on. Get CF on. Where are we? Are we in Frankfurt? We're not in Frankfurt. So why are my frames low? Why does the snow really affect frame rate, you know? The snow is really bad for frame rate. I don't know whether it's just that Vice button or in general. But I don't know if you guys remember last time it was snowing and we came into Vice button and it was like 10 FPS. And then literally the very next service we did started in Vice button and we were like at like 100 and something FPS. It's ridiculous. Layers cause performance issues. Weather causes performance issues. TOD4 causes performance issues. Or maybe it's just Unreal Engine. I got no idea what it means. Wiesbaden? That's not how you pronounce it though. That's not what I've been told. Wiesbaden is hiding something. I think it's Simulgraph. Maybe Simulgraph is hiding something. What's this coming in? A 6? Is that a 628? A 6 what are 628s doing here? I think that's the first time I've seen them. Or first time I've seen one. Tomato. Listen, I go off you guys when it comes to these pronunciations, and it's obviously not my local tongue, so potato. I thought only I said that. There's actually a thing. Maybe I heard it somewhere and then forgot that I heard it somewhere. Am I gonna have to have our high beams on? I think so. Look how weird the snow. What is this snow on the windscreen? Why does it look like this? Why does it look like this? It's not great. It's not nice. It's just not nice. Like, you know, snow, rain. These are meant to be weathers where things look really nice, you know, really atmospheric. In TSW, it just looks bad. Now, realistically, when it comes to like a rain run, maybe I should be a bit excited, you know? But there's just nothing to get excited about, so... Oh, third rails, thank you. Good shout. That is very, very weird, Nabil. Very, 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 very weird. So are you going to need... Wait, do you still have Cream API? Maybe it's that. Maybe it's that. Remove those, put the file somewhere else and see. What's happened? I've lost power. What's happened? What happened? What happened? The pantograph is up. Guess I can break a close. There's nothing here like telling me anything. I've got no indication. I don't know what's happened. The parking brake went on. Huh? The parking brake was on. I wasn't even in the game. I was opening third rails. Okay. Got to stay below 45 now. I've got nothing to eat or drink today, funky. Just plain old water. Which I have finished very quickly. It's very, very warm today. But I haven't been drinking much across the day. Personally, headphone position is not tough. I'm a game master headphone position. It's because I'm home alone with the kids, so I need to keep an ear out in case anything happens. I really don't like playing with one headphone in. I really, really dislike it. It breaks all my immersion. But you do what you gotta do, innit? What do you mean, what could go wrong? What could go wrong? Number one, I'm not home alone. The kids are here. Number two, what could go wrong if I'm home alone? See, you're in luck. There's no immersion in TSW. There's no change to the experience. Listen, we try, innit? We try. We try. What more can a man do than try? Nabil, can I ask you something? If you don't know, you don't know. But because I know you're the airplane sim guru. With MSFS 2024, obviously it relies a lot on the internet, on your internet to load everything, right? So if you have bad internet, could that cause bad frame rates? Or would that have nothing to do with frame rate? No, not the first bloody station. As if coming in and 2 minutes late wasn't enough. Oh, stop sliding then. Yo, LSZ. Good timing. You were the reason I asked that question. How you doing, bro? You don't think so? The question, the thing that you told me about, I was just asking if Nabil knows anything about MSFS frame rate being connected to internet speed. Well, Nabil would be in a better position than me to know. He said he doesn't think so. Probably worth doing some research. Checking up on Reddit, just Google in general, seeing what other people are saying. Because it very well could be. It very well could be. Because your CPU and GPU combo, my guy, you have nothing to worry about in terms of performance, especially for 1080p. The biggest thing that causes performance issues is the VRAM bug, where exceeding available VRAM causes massive stuttering and slowdown. That could be your issue, as I said. How are other games that you're playing running? I'm not gonna lie, OMSI. I'm never gonna ask about OMSI because I don't expect OMSI to run well. It should be acceptable with our settings. But I'm not going to say it runs well. But are you playing any other games? Any like generic AAA games? I don't know, COD or Fortnite or just any other games basically. Oh, these stops are atrocious. What am I doing? I mean, it's not really something you have to understand. I don't even know how you would know if the game has exceeded your VRAM, to be honest. Maybe there's a way to find out, but it's not one that I would know off the jump. But yeah, give other games a go and see how they run. Just something else that you'd play. Out of curiosity, with the the right settings and the 4GB patch, how does OMSI run for you? I've heard that StatLux, it's been mentioned in chat, but I haven't really been hearing great things about it, so it's put me off looking into it any deeper. Oh, sorry, Nabil, I completely missed that. One simple way to do that is to reduce texture quality to high or lower, as textures have the biggest effects on VRAM. So that's one thing to try out. So I completely missed that. Chat's not even moving that fast today. I got no excuse to be missing chat. I'm just slacking if that's the case. How does it run at lower settings? Does it run fine at lower settings? See, with these things, yeah, for me, it's easier to be physically hands-on rather than trying to balance it over messages. Right? I mean, even a voice call would be challenging to a degree. Yeah. One thing I will guarantee you, LSN, one thing I will guarantee you, just based on my knowledge of your CPU and GPU alone, bro, you could be running games, 5070 and the 7800. You should be running games, generally speaking, games that are not badly optimized like OMSI or TSW. You should be running games at like 200 plus, 300 plus FPS at 1080p. There's a more toxic community on Train Driver 2 than Simpro. I wouldn't say Simra has a toxic community. Maybe I just don't hang around the community a lot. Polish community can be toxic in Simra. Probably better off I don't speak Polish then. Maybe I'm saving myself a lot of headache. There's something like at the back of my head, my mind, LSN, saying I would like to know your temperatures when playing games, because I really wonder, like, jokes aside, if you've actually removed, because it's so easy to forget. Like there have been so-called professionals that have forgotten to remove the sticker from their cooler before putting it on. So I'm curious to know your temperatures when you're playing games. You need to get I'll tell you what you need. You need to download Furmark, Furmark. It's a GPU stress test. Oops. I'll make it easier than just playing a bag of different games. So if there is actually a problem somewhere, it will get caught out quicker. I accidentally put it in neutral and put it back and forward, so now I'm gonna have to be restricted again. Oh, I don't think it was implied, Nilvinus, that everyone that speaks Polish is toxic. Just that generally speaking, some members of the community, of the Polish-speaking community, can be toxic. Can you release me straight away? Yes. It's a gift, Ella said. It's Nabil that's a pro at doing that. I'm baffled by how he does it. Baffled. Never a spelling error, never a grammatical error. Like, timely, like, he'll respond in the same time that he would if he wasn't doing anything else. I don't get it. It blows my mind. And then there are people as well. Like when I've done sim racing, I haven't done that at all this week. But when I've done sim racing, there are people that will talk while racing, and it's like, what? Like, I gotta put all my focus and all my energy into locking in, and you can just type as well. Thank you very much, Aland. Appreciate you liking the live. Yeah, Libo, that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. I don't know why you put yourself through that. Hello, Mr. Hamburger. How is your nose doing? I've just got water on my keyboard. I missed that signal. That was just by chance that I hit the acknowledge. CPU temp running on these. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Nothing wrong with 65 at all. I mean, to be fair, Nabil, with how much it pushes hardware, like, it's probably not the worst in the world, you know. But yeah, like I said, you're probably good stress tests for GPU firmware, for CPU blender. They will push, one will push GPU, one will push CPU, and they'll push it hard as well. Time is money. That was indeed your reason. Do I need to close the doors? It just says, was I not meant to stop here at all, or what? It didn't tell me to lock the doors at all. Or did they just forget? I drove with my doors open. So why didn't it? So yeah, but then even if I drove with my doors open, wait, what? It took me a second to clock what you're saying. Nice. I mean, that is what the game is asking me to do, technically. So if the train would allow it, that would be following the instructions. That ain't no rage bait. Rage bait is meant to make the person angry, hence the name. Why is... I keep getting an error message for... Okay, let me put it here. I think this might be the problem. Third rails is acting up. Taking chances. That was interesting. Can't beat. You know what? Yeah. To be honest, yeah. I think that's a perfect way to describe it. You baited me. You did it in a calm manner. I was calm. And that's it. We moved on. Peace. I like peace. I choose peace. Cargo Line Volume 4 is sounding more and more interesting. I think, well, apparently from what I've been reading today, they're going to have scenarios for Southeastern High Speed. I'm very, 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 very happy about that. I get to revisit my baby that I've neglected and left in the cradle for about 4 years. What do you mean a Ukrainian route? Well, like taking tanks to Ukraine, bro. They wouldn't even put guns on the tanks, bro. They're too afraid to even put guns on the tanks to have so they can have guns in the game. But they have a whole scenario on Antelope Valley Line where there's like a Hollywood thing, a Hollywood shoot going on, and there's like explosions. So you've got violence in that form, but you're scared to have some guns on tanks. So I don't understand, man. Shout out to SCS Software though for still withholding the Russia DLC. Shout out to them, man. That's a cool move. Cool move, man. Facts. Actual facts. That's Dovetail's logic, man. That's nice, you know? Really good. Really good stuff. And you know what the most annoying thing is? If it was their own DLC, cool. But it's not. Because Adam came out and said we weren't permitted to have guns as part of the DLC, basically. Meaning, I don't know, what that sounds like to me is that they wanted to, they asked, or they shared that plan with Dovetail, and Dovetail said no. They're not happy just cock blocking their own DLC and their own content. They want to do that. They want to cock other third parties as well. Honestly, I think it's their second. I think the first bigger sell is, well, I don't know if they've given up on it, but not following through on their bus development. And yes, that is very selfish because I would like to drive a bus in ETS. But then that follows very closely behind. It's so interesting how the world of politics, isn't it? Really interesting. Really, really interesting. Because instead of just leaving it at that, they then put out the Ukraine pack. So they've gotten involved in politics. But how many like victim countries are there around? I haven't seen a Palestinian livery pack. I haven't seen a Yemeni livery pack. I haven't seen a Burmese livery pack. Show the train or Gurek. Here you go, mate. Do you get it? Like all these countries that are oppressed one way or another, or have oppression going on. And there's many others, by the way. I haven't seen anything. But oh yeah, for Ukraine, for this one, oh definitely yes, Russia, bad guy. Like, do you like? I don't know. Like, did they think they were going to be supporting the Russian government? That's where the problem lies, right? No, not with the Russian people. So, do you think that selling ETS2 players a Russian map I just don't get it. I honestly just don't get it. It's just what I really don't like is pick and choose. It's one of it's one of my pet peeves when it comes to political matters. I keep out of politics as much as I can for my own peace of mind. But one thing that I notice and that annoys me is the pick and choose that you'll see in you see it in this instance games, but also it does spread out beyond that. I have a lot to say on a few matters, but we'll leave that for a rainy day. Official Basmati test 2 would have been amazing. Steam is not allowed to sell in Russia. See, that's my point though. Why? There are so many countries that are doing evil to other countries. If that is the problem, you believe Russia is doing evil against another country, no problem. But what about all the other countries? Why have you picked this one? Why have you picked this one? What I don't get the pick and choose mentality. And nothing. I'm not biased in anything either. Even as I mentioned, Palestinian livery pack, it annoys me that so many people are crying out for Palestine. But if it's an Islamic matter, there are many other Islamic countries being under oppression or suffering, and no one's crying out. What happened in Burma to Muslims some years ago was diabolical. I didn't see anyone cry out. Why is the world for Palestine? Not saying that it's wrong, but I'm saying why pick and choose? Why not go hard for everywhere that's oppressed, for every woman, man, child that's suffering? Why pick and choose? Why do politicians pick and choose who they will support for doing good and who they will go against for doing evil? It's such a pet peeve of mine, this pick and choose idea. Why is a person in one country less than a person in another country? God created us all kings and queens. So I don't get why someone's life is worth more in one country and not as much in another. I don't get it. I respect your opinion, Stad Looks, but in my stream, everything is welcome. I don't, whatever you want to talk about. Whatever you want to get into, let's get into it. As long as the conversation is respectful, no one's being an idiot, no one's cussing, no one's bullying. Talk away. And if someone doesn't like that, this ain't the stream for you. Yesterday there was a whole conversation going on about American politics. I say it out of it because I didn't want to get involved, because I don't know jack about American politics and what's going on right now. But if I did, maybe I would have gotten involved in that conversation. I didn't make any attempt to stop it. I was well aware it was going on. Everything is welcome here, man. I mean, on the surface, Dan, definitely, I think it's easy to generalize it as human nature. And truly, there is an aspect of human nature. But I'd love to know the scientific depth beyond, oh, that's just how we are as humans. Because we are definitely flawed. Everyone is, right? We're human beings. That's the whole point. But there are just other things there are things that just don't make sense to me. And I would love to get to the bottom of it. It doesn't LSZ, no. Has it before? I don't remember. What I do remember is it's always run like crap. It's very badly optimized. Even in OMSI, in the realm of OMSI, it's badly optimized. You can make it run. I make it work. But, yeah, anyway, it doesn't crash, if that's your point. Also, just so you know, taking a bus out of Norwood Garage, just turn collisions off and just go through the traffic, because there's like basically a big circle that they keep going around in and they get stuck in, and then you'll be stuck there for probably an hour if you don't just go through with the AI. You're more than welcome, Sad Looks. Nabil's spoken on German politics. Many a time. It's a BR430, Daniel. And as I said, I wish I could get hands on with your system. I cannot emphasize it enough, bro. I can't emphasize it. What's your RAM looking like? Do you have 2 RAM sticks? If so, how much RAM do you have altogether? And at what speed are they running at? 32 gigabytes. So do you have 2 sticks of 16? I don't even know if they do 1 stick of 32. I think they do. I think you can get to like 64 gigabyte, I think, in 1 stick. Will it be Russia being a direct threat to you, Dan? Whether that's just the government, whether it's the people as well, I don't know. I don't know the situation between Romania and Russia. But cool, you've got your reason, and it's valid. Do you get? I would expect you, if it's as you've said, I would expect nothing different. My annoyance comes from simply a lack of understanding why. 6400. Damn! Is it DDR5 or DDR4? It's got to be DDR5, right? I think it's DDR5. DDR5 RAM is fast, man. But again, I assure you, brother, I promise you. As a matter of fact, your system is stronger than mine. Our GPUs are probably close. So we've got, I think, pretty similar GPUs, even though they're like 3 or 4 years apart. But in power, I think they're similar. If not, yours might be slightly better than mine, and you definitely have a better CPU than mine. Our RAM, you've got faster RAM than mine, although we've got the same capacity. So, brother, there's something that needs to be tweaked. There's something that needs to be tweaked. I don't want you to just give up on it. Because again, I can't emphasize it enough, bro. You're good. Hardware-wise, you are solid. And it's why I really want to get hands on with it. Because I want to know for myself, it's annoying me that you're having these issues. Have you definitely installed the 4 gigabyte patch for OMSI? If OMSI's crashing, specifically regarding to OMSI, have you installed the 4 gigabyte patch? Honestly, taking it to a shop might not be a bad idea. Someone who knows what they're doing, though. Check out reviews on Google and stuff first. You want to take it to somebody who knows what they're doing. It could be a driver issue. It could be something in the BIOS. Maybe your BIOS needs updating. You know, have you got resizable bar on, which you don't? It will make a huge difference, but I believe it will help. Your RAM is now patterned. Do you see why? Like, I need to see it to like, okay, cool. Let's get into it, kind of thing. "34 different bus versions, Jesus Christ." Do you see the result and the effect of somebody who's passionate about something and passionate about their work? You couldn't even, it would be a struggle to even convince me there were 35 different versions that existed of a singular bus. And somebody has gone through the painstaking effort of bringing that to a game that was made back in 2010. It's simply passion, man. And it will be sold less. Oh, this is really annoying me. I think I'm going to have to restart Third Rails. Really, the message keeps constantly popping up. I get an error message. And I'm guaranteed it will be sold for less than your average TSW DLC. Well, no, Bill, there are things that Palestine have done wrong. That is just the point blank honest truth. People will not want to hear that. That's fine. Palestine have done some things wrong. However, when you compare their wrongs to Israel's wrongs, there's definitely an imbalance. There is 100% an imbalance. But you know, I think if somebody is looking for a reason to be against Palestine, it's there. That's my point. It's there. However, if you're going to be fair, I think, and unbiased, and compare both the wrongs done by both parties and the good done by both parties, I think there is a big imbalance there. Let me restart this app now before we set off. Hello, Ishan. How are you doing? Oh, Stad, look, same here. Same here. The UK keeps giving billions to Ukraine, and Zelensky's wife is just buying herself Bugattis. I also have not forgotten Zelensky putting a green screen behind him, pretending that he's on the field. Oh, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot going on there. It is not what it seems at all. It just seems that people forget very easily. Hello, Ishan. Oh, I said hello to you already, didn't I? I just saw your hello message. You can, Ellis said. Yeah, go for it, man. Why not? Have you got it now? The lidge. I told you, shout me when you get a lidge, man, and then I'll pattern you for everything else. Have you copped it then? Game name? It's in the title, my brother. It's in the title, bro. Train Sim World 5. Bro, LSZ, I told you, my guy, download Blender, which is a program that stress tests your CPU, and then download Firmark, which is a program that stress tests your GPU. No, that looks. I don't really understand. I mean, you know, maybe people have valid reasons for not allowing certain conversations. There are absolutely valid reasons, but when it's just out of fear, I don't understand. You know. You cracked me up, LSD, man. FUR. I'll write it for you in chat. Why did I open his door? Firmark, there you go. Do I sound that fresh? The previous add-on for the normal 0530 add-on had 33 versions. I know, bro. I struggle with all of them. Price around 18 euros. Faceless probably be similar. That's crazy, man. On other channels, I guess there are more people, and let's like keep conversations go astray. I feel like the times where I've seen it, I feel like, thank you very much, Wallace, for the follow. I feel like it's been done out of fear, and the fear is not, it doesn't have a foundation anywhere. It's fear for the sake of being scared, you know. Sometimes, I don't know, could it be sponsors, you know? I don't know, man. I value openness, honesty, realness, respect. And intentionality. No worries. If there is a reason to not want to have this particular convo about a particular topic, let there be a why, you know? You ain't got to share that, but let there be a why. Let there be an actual reason. Too British. Listen, I pronounce my when something's th, I pull out the th or the the. I'm particular about that. So as long as you see me actually say th, it'll be an F. I also apparently have a list. My wife insists I have a list. I don't think I do, but the way it triggers me when she says it makes me feel like some part of me knows that I do, and I just deny it. But I don't think I do. But apparently I do. Because I can say sizzling sausages, and I think I say it fine. Like, my tongue is not sticking out of my teeth. But apparently, I don't know. Apparently I got a list. What? Why does it seem dodgy? Are you on the right site? Bro said it seems dodgy. Oh, what was that for? This was white. This was white with a white 6. Obviously, you can't see it now. Was that for Sifa? Maybe? I don't think it was for a yellow. There was no yellow. It was white. It was green, white with a white 6. There was a white dot at the top, a green on the bottom left, and a 6. Am I making that up in my head? I don't think so. I don't know what two missing files for TSW5 have been found that are 10 gigabytes. What? So root DLCs, Nabil? Or is the download just being stupid? 10 gigabytes, brother. Hello, Arishtan. How you doing, mate? Finally. But an enemy, please do tell. Please do tell. Oh, I'm on a 500 hertz. Ah. What? Why the hell am I on a 500 hertz? When did I trigger a 500 hertz magnet? And why? That was why. That makes sense. Well, it makes sense that I was triggered by it. That it stopped me, but I don't know why it was there in the first place. Okay, so are we just going to enter now at 25? That's a bug anyway. That's definitely a bug. So we're just going to enter now for the next 1 kilometer at 25. Well, 20k. You know what Stad looks? Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. Everybody will always have their own opinion. They will always think they are the ones that are right. Maybe they will listen to some. They will not listen to others. And ultimately, it makes no difference to the ongoings of the world. So, nice. You've spoken for the sake of speaking. Well done. I may have put a director in his place. You always get bringing up that I was a big guy. Is that just like Chinese banter? Maybe. I can, Ella said. Do you need me to? Do you require me to? Well, we're cruising away at 20 kilometers an hour. Oh, so now no more 500 hertz. Okay. And you know, Stan looks. I actually don't have a problem with German signaling. However, I do have a problem with bugs. And if you can explain to me and make sense for me why I was under the 500 hertz restriction, I'll put my hands up and say I didn't know what I was talking about. Okay, let me have a look. Yeah, that looks about right. That looks about right. It's old, bro. These, like, some internet, some PC software, like the legends in the game. I'll say, I'll put it that way. The legends in the game are from back in the day, and you know, there's a whole thing of if something's not broken, don't fix it. And so I think a lot of them have just stood by that. But yeah, that's the one. That's the one. You have to pass the red signal to be released. So the signal that was green that we passed, that was red before? If so, fair enough. Okay, so it must have changed as we were coming to it then, because usually it won't trigger. Anyway, you understand how it works. What did I tell you? See this stupid inconsistency. Now to end the run, we had to close the doors. I know it's a small thing, but it's not. So to end that run, we had to close the doors. But the whole time I've been praising this DLC because that hasn't been happening. And I was saying it will come back in the next DLC. I didn't need to wait for the next DLC. It's here. It's in the same one. They can't even get it right. And they can't even have that consistency in the same. I don't understand, man. Change means still restriction. Yeah, but usually, if I've gone past the yellow and it has a red coming afterwards, if I'm still far away from the red, and then that red clears, I will stay on 85, under the 85 kilometer restriction. The 500, as I understand it, the 500 hertz will trigger when you're a particular distance pretty close to about a platform length, usually, to the red signal. Hence why I'm saying maybe it changed when I was close, but you know, I just missed it. But you have the magnets. Yeah, but the 500 hertz magnet will only trigger if the red is... I don't know the distance, but if the red is close, if you're close to the red signal. (2000 hertz? 2000 hertz. 2000 hertz. How is 2000 hertz 20 kilometers if 1000 hertz is... 1000 hertz is 85. So how is 2020 and 525? Whoops. Oh, wow. You haven't been using autocorrect for years? Bro, I turned that off some years ago. I turned it off because it was just pissing me off. And it was okay for a while. But then I just had to turn it back on. Because I'd make like minor errors that I got used to making because autocorrect would usually fix them. And then having to fix them manually now was just a pain in the butt. So I ended up turning it back on and just accepting it was flawed, it's not perfect, but it is what it is. Is it raining? Or is it just foggy? Raining in Frankfurt. Give me a worse combination in TSW. These wipers, bro. Rain, snow, and fog on this December in 2023. Yuck. Or just nighttime in TSW 2. Period. I can't believe they still haven't done a fix for these. I'm surprised. I can't even rely on Dovetail doing anything. I'm surprised no one's modded like a better sound for these wipers. Oh, an atrocity, man. I didn't even pay attention to it, Nabil, until you mentioned it. You didn't want to suffer alone, innit? You gotta learn to just laugh at that one, man. It's either laugh or cry. You pick. Now we have had some, like, it's one thing to just have a boring scenario that's not much different in gameplay from what you would normally have. Oh, we're gonna miss this, by the way. But it's a whole other thing. Oh no, we might make it. It's a whole other thing to have that. To have that. And it's almost poetic that it was Rivet Games that delivered that to us. Are their forums still closed? I thought it was only meant to be down temporarily. So is it a so is the closure permanent then? Welcome back, Sad Look. Bro, Gemini's useless. I don't know what. Oh yeah, so I asked it. I just wanted to test it out because of the new update for Android and stuff. So I wanted to test out if you know what Gemini was like. So I told it to call my wife's number. But on my phone, I have 2 numbers for her, and I told it in the initial request. I told it which number to call. And then when I did that, it asked me which number it wanted me to. And it's like, I told you that. You know, just pay attention. I told you. So I had to repeat myself. And then I think I had to do it like 3. I had to say 3 different things just to get it to call her number. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, these things still aren't ready. Google VO3 is crazy. I want to see more of people's own results with it. I don't want to see marketing stuff. The marketing stuff is amazing, but that's the thing. I want to see what the layman. It's not even really laymen that are really doing things like that, to be honest. But nonetheless, I want to see what the everyday person can conjure up with it. I'm very grateful for. I mean, I think Bixby still exists, but Samsung aren't pushing it like they used to. It wasn't just that we're pushing it, it's that, well, I guess this is part of pushing it, but they had it in such a way at one point where you couldn't remove it. You couldn't get rid of it. As long as you press the Bixby button, you're getting Bixby, whether you like it or not. And you can't change it to anything else. Well, we'll see, Sad Looks. I take what it gives me. I'll take what it gives me, mate. To be fair, I think all of yesterday we had nice weather, except at the end we had some fog. We had some fog at the end. But aside from that, it was all clear weather. I completely forgot about that yellow. A good mod for TSW. For Aachen. For Omzi? For Omzi or for TSW? I still need to find an excuse to play the new timetable for Aachen on here. What do you mean yes? Is it for Omzi or is it for TSW? I think I'm gonna need to make a coffee after this one. My eyes are starting to close. It would be nice, that looks. It would definitely be nice. If they ever brought it in, I would really hope it's after they fix some of the more pressing issues. It's definitely not a priority, but it would be nice for sure. Honestly, Nabil, I can barely tell the difference between some of those buses, bro. No, you're good, bro. Just set it to your resolution's 1080p. It will barely. It should barely push your CPU anyway. It's a GPU stress test. So make sure you set it to 1080p because that's what you're going to be playing at. And set the other settings accordingly. And it should be good to go. I'd say leave it running for at least 10 minutes. At least 10 minutes. Keep an eye on temperatures. Kind of like the speed the GPU's operating at. Realistically, a true stress test will probably be over a day. But if something is very wrong, you'll catch it instantly. There's a mod that uses the facelift mod. Oh, that would be great. Please, Nabil, that would be great, mate. Have you started work, by the way, on that? Is it a spreadsheet that you were going to create to help me out with the buses, so I know what to what I can drive on what? I might finally be able to have a session today. But I don't know. Maybe I'll use that time for the crew. Maybe I'll use it for some sim racing. Highly unlikely. I wanted to really take advantage of this event. But unfortunately, there's currently a real life one. That's a little bit in the way. It gets very funny when you start using mods for mods. Sad looks, I ain't got an issue, bro. You don't need to apologize. But thank you. How much longer for this one? I really need to go and get my cup of coffee. I should buy a coffee maker. I don't need to, but it wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. For the most part, that's the aim. I don't care much for shouting and crazy behavior. Don't get me wrong. I have my moments. Don't get me wrong. I have my moments. But for the most part, I mean, we're driving trains, man. You know, how much energy does one need? We're here for one reason. I think. I know sometimes the driving can be a bit iffy. I think for the most part, you know, we get the job done. A to B with no casualties. What's the update, Ellis? Talk to me. Dan, maybe 85% or more of the time, yeah. No doubt. No argument there. With good reason, I think. I'm always open to criticism and an opposing point of view, which doesn't really happen much. So it makes me think that I'm at least some of the time right. One streamer, one goal, one result. And then the music just starts in the background. That would be a cool channel trailer. Just like black behind me. It's just my face and I'm just focused and I've got like sweat coming down. And then you just hear like the breath. One streamer. One goal, one reason. Then I start running. Yes. I don't see anything concerning there, as I said. I believe your CPU's fine from what you reported from Omdi. But again, it's worth doing a test, seeing what score you get. And then I'll have a little search online and see if that's more or less the general result that people with your CPU get. Okay, go ahead. The cable that you've got that's plugged into your monitor, from your monitor, your display cable, be it HDMI or DisplayPort, from your monitor, where have you plugged it? Have you plugged it into your motherboard, or have you plugged it into your graphics card? Okay. So I assume then, because back with mine, there's no graphics. There's no graphics on my CPU. But it is possible to have a basic graphic driver on your CPU chip. I guess AMD started adding it to the X3D lineup after mine. So that's just what it would be. So that if you didn't have a GPU, you could just plug your display cable into your motherboard and just get a basic signal. So you wouldn't need a GPU. So that's all that is. Okay, so GPU seems fine. Yeah, let me run a blender test. Let me know what you get. Also, I'll do some searching later on after the stream. I'll try and find a video that does a good job of explaining the next steps for after you've built your PC. I believe Jay's 2 cents had such a video. So I'll probably try and find that if you can't locate it before I do. And I'm sure there are some more that exist. And then you can just match up what you've done so far with what's advised. Very handy video. Very, very handy video. Oh, sorry for what, bro? Sorry for what? You ain't got nothing to apologize for. What were you doing with your swords in that time, man? Like, okay, you know, went away for a while, but the fact that you've come back and said you missed your swords after just disappearing for a considerable period of time, it does have me slightly concerned. Okay, is that it? You just saw them, yeah? Nothing, no funny business. You may buy more. I wouldn't be surprised. How are your Air Force purchases going? Is the addiction still taking hold of you? What's the British etiquette, Nabil? Not great in what sense? Not great as in there hasn't been many purchases, or there's been too many? Really? For what? Yeah, he does. Like how? Not for what, but as in like how? When they find before? Careful, you're gonna end up setting him off. Saying sorry for saying sorry. No, that's a Canadian thing. Saying sorry for everything. That's a Canadian thing. Since the start of the year, right. Yeah, you may have to pick up a different addiction, man. Swap one out for another. Or let's stick to shoes. Maybe not like Fent. Yeah, what score has it given you, LSN? So it has it like loaded up? Has it rendered like a picture of something? Oh no, not too. It should be much higher. It should be in just Google. What's it you got? Okay, Google. Just type in Google 7800x3D Blender score, and just see what people are getting. It should be in the thousands, I'm sure. Unless I've got it mixed with something else. $258, is that what people are usually getting? Okay, so you're not getting too far off then. It's never going to be the exact same number, but it will be within a range. I don't know what the ratio is like, so I can't help out too tough, but I would assume you're within spec, roughly. So that rules that out. Install it, okay, in OMSI, install the 4GB patch again. Sometimes you actually need to do that. Install it again. Make sure you make sure you install it and you know do it properly. Do a rerun of the settings. Make sure they match up exactly to what we've got in the Discord. But then that doesn't really sort out your Microsoft Flight Sim problem. Brother, you're on your own. I mention it every time. I mention it every time I've spoken about OMSI. Bro said, oh wait, do I need that? That's probably between that and the settings as separate entities. I honestly don't know which would be more important. Oh my god. I beg you do that, bro, please. Please go and do that. Brother, play the stream back, man. Play it back. Play it back. Play the stream back. Please play the stream back. Yeah, thank you, Nabil, for the link. Yeah, make sure you do it in your... You do it for the EXE, so it's in you play on Steam, innit? So it'd be Steam apps, common, and then in your OMSI 2 folder you have the OMSI EXE there. I do it for both the EXE and the launcher just to be safe. However, that still doesn't explain your performance on Microsoft Flight Sim. You can't play OMSI anywhere else unless you have the CD. Well, I was playing it without Steam and without the CD at one point. Too soon, Dan. What? Did you have a bad flight back? Yeah, your flight there was good, no? Or was it? Listen, when you had the power to choose the quality of flight you had, you can't complain. That's on you. If you went economy and you could have gone business, that's on you. Don't tell me you flew economy, bro. Yes, Nabil, thank you. Just in case anyone didn't get the memo. Yes, for the most part. For the most part. Wait, so it was a business ticket that you flew on? Maybe they just like finessed you and then stuck you in economy anyway. Nabil, I don't even remember the person's name. I remember it. I remember. But I forgot who it was. I forgot who it was. Maybe they've like come back and spoken and I didn't put two and two together. But I forgot the name of the person. Economics. What a funny spelling error. Yeah, but you were meant to be on business. It's a Thursday, mate. Thursday. If we had more of an American audience, chat would have just been full of Tuesday, innit? Ha! Tuesday, innit? Tuesday, innit, bruv? Tuesday. Hello, Jackson. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. How you been? For the most part, Stad looks. Sometimes I get bullied for various things, but for the most part, yeah. It's not too bad. Tuesday, innit, bruv? Glad to hear that you're good, mate. So am I. Thank you. Apparently, Dan, mate. Apparently. Why does the game look like I'm on an LSD trip? Huh? Are you on an LSD trip? What do you mean weird FOV? I've pulled it back by one so that I'm not on the screen like some bloody, eager 4-year-old. Anyway, I'm going to go make my coffee. I'll leave you guys on an ICE ride. Because I know if I ask you what train you want to ride on, everyone's going to say G6. Or maybe some Vectron action. No. No, bank holiday was Monday. Sad looks. Blurry on the sides. That might be a you problem, mate. Well, how about 101? It's not the expert one, unfortunately, but it's something, isn't it? No, Nabil, it wasn't intentional. It's National Put a Pillow on Your Fridge Day. Bro, listen, if you actually, like, do research into, like, what day is it, what's being celebrated on this day, you'll see the most ridiculous things. There's something for, like, every day. For what? Stad looks. You said the ICE to Fernbahof. Fernbahof. I'll do that. You know, I respect the fact that you've brought me a serious, real, request, and so for that I will grant it. Is it the ICE 3 to Fernbath? Nabil. Is it a T? Is it a 1? None of them go. Oh, it's the airport. But it says it here, but why doesn't it say it's the airport. So what would those services look like on here? Okay, so like this one, for example, this is only 13 minutes though. But you know, it's not going to take me 13 minutes to make a coffee. Let's do this one. If you're going back to console LSZ, swing that PC here, bro. Or just drop it off at my station. Why do you want to see the 187, Nabil? Keep going. Maybe you'll come up with something worse. We got these seats on our buses in London. Okay. See you a lot soon. coffee's done. It's gonna be 2 more minutes. I think that was a little longer than 2 minutes. But we are now here, bang on time. Almost as if I planned it, eh? Alright. Oh, back to black coffee today. 3 spoons. 3 pretty small spoons, but 3 spoons nonetheless. That should hopefully have an effect. I don't know what my beef is. This is going to be our last one. I don't know what my beef is with caffeine and it just refusing to have an effect on me. The only effect actually caffeine will have on me is making my face itch. But it won't actually keep me up. German takeover. I mean, that's what I'm seeing. You know what? Feel free. Why not? Maybe this is a sign that I need to learn some myself. Okay. Not what I wanted to do. Nabil, please delete that announcement. I mean, yes. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Yes. You know, it can be quite simple. And then it very quickly can no longer be very simple. I don't know if it would be easier or harder, to be honest, to learn than English for someone who speaks neither. Nine Führer. I mean, whatever you said, yes if it's good, no if it's bad. I don't know. English has some strange complexities, and there's not much consistency in the English language. When you know English, it's easy, it's fine. You know, when you speak it as your first language. But you know, when you hear how it is learning it from somebody else's perspective, you start realizing English is not as simple and straightforward as you might think. You need to be put in jail. You know you are. You know that I'm speaking to you directly. You need to be put in jail. Freedom of speech can only take you so far. Stadler, it doesn't need detailing. What details are you looking for? How deep do you want? Maybe. How much depth do you want him to display? Hello, Mr. ASR. How you doing, my friend? When will I buy Thomas the Tank Engine 80th anniversary? Good amount of traffic here, isn't it? Hello, Jatin? No, I will not. Yeah, Nabil, that makes 0 sense. 0 sense. How did you have missing files when... I don't understand, man. Like, the only things you deleted were the mods. And I assume you eventually deleted Cream API as well. So, yeah. God knows. What's new in...
Axon Jackson 069 cheered. X10. Muppet.
Good use of bits. Thank you. ASL, what's new in Simro land? Simro news. I ask you the question actually. Will you be buying Thomas the Tank Engine 80th anniversary? What a statement. What a question. Like, imagine it at the peak of TSW, yeah, TSW2, Rush Hour is about to come out. And someone starts talking about, oh, imagine if like Thomas the Tank Engine came to TSW. Everyone would get their pitchforks out. I think you need to delete those files, Jackson. After your recent statement. What, defend Thomas in general in a bill, or defend this specific livery? Or this specific DLC, sorry. So I'm with the livery, innit? 3 scenarios. Defend this green Thomas. I mean, always. People will defend anything TSW, anything to do with the game. DLC, core game, company, anything that somehow is connected to TSW. They'll defend it with their lives. It doesn't matter what it is. Their core intention, their core goal is to just defend it. That's it. With no purpose, with no thought. They have made themselves knights in shining armor. Just a developer suggesting he's working on the CD163. You know, if Simro wasn't doing what it does now as well as it is, it would get slaughtered. What other game has taken the piss with releasing DLCs releasing DLC, like coming out with DLC announcements this early and got away with it scot-free? There is no other game that has done that. No other game has done that. 2 countries, at least one logo. Obviously, the countries are also going to come out with their trains, but obviously we don't know any details, I think. So the only thing that's confirmed that's coming is a CD163. So at least 2 routes and 1 logo. At least. That's bad. Yeah, I don't like bias. That's bad. It's bad when it happens with TSW, and it's bad when it happens on Simro. Like, I even forget that these DLCs are in the works until we speak about them again. The starter red is my signature, Jackson. I will get it out. Just give me 2 minutes. They might be paid actors from DCG. What's the likelihood that such a thing actually exists? Some people really are deluded, bro. Listen, today at work, there was an issue with a particular thing at work today, and it, you know, it needed passengers to use at least 3 or 4 brain cells, at least. No one's asking for much, bro. You really NPCs are real. NPCs are real. NPCs are real. Very, very real. I don't doubt that these are legitimate, just normal people. I just saw you say you just came twice by the thought of that. All of them in the bill, the German route, the US route, the loco, the train. I don't even know if the CD163 is a loco or EMU or DMU or what. I just know it's a train that's been announced too early. And so that's all one needs to know. TD2, Stadlux, can you sell me TD2 right now? Say what I need to hear that's legitimate, that's real and honest about the game that will make me buy it. Suggest them because I guess he can't say it properly because of NDA. NDA or VDA, bro. It don't matter. The fact remains, the DLC's taken way too long. No, don't just lie. Don't just lie. I want honesty, because I didn't hear many good things about it recently from, you know, trusted voices. It's free, okay, that I didn't know. I guess that's automatically a positive. What darkness has entered your mind, Jackson? Oh my god, look, there's freight. Sorry, if you're on PlayStation or Xbox, look. That's freight. A rare unicorn. Audacity to announce another game when Simrod didn't even leave early access in 2023. They announced. Is that the game where you can drive buses as well? Or is that something else again? Yeah, listen, look, let's keep it a buck. Yeah, as they say, let's keep it a buck fiddy. If they are taking so long to simply release DLC, how long are we going to be waiting for whole games? Please. How long are we going to be waiting? Let's not even get an inkling of our hopes up. For our own sanity. More than anything. Sim playing. Honestly, if they just announce it for the sake of it, I won't even be mad at this point. Like right now, to me, everything else that's been announced has been for the sake of it. Who knows if truly a US or a German DLC is coming? Who knows truly if the CD163 is coming? Maybe it's just banter. It's like an in-house joke that, oh yeah, let's say this is coming and see the reaction, and then they just have a beer and laugh. I think this is doing the job, low-key. I mean, you would hope it would. Probably be awake until next week. The CD163 was talked about in the devlogs, thinking, bro, I shall not be fooled. I shall not be fooled. They're trolling. It was on. Check when the devlog came out. It was April the 1st. They're trolling us, bro. They're trolling us, and you guys are falling for it. Look how smooth it is at Mines. God forbid I'm here in the snow. Same time, same conditions, just with some snow around. You have people telling me it's my GPU and all sorts. Dan too drunk to type. Is Dan drinking? Which of the Dans is having a drink? I know it's allegedly made by Searchlight Simulations. I'm sorry, I don't buy it. It's fake news. It's fake news. And when they finally come out and say it, oh, you're gonna be so mad. You're gonna be so mad. I'm fake news. I know I'm coming against your beloved. However, we have to be logical here, don't we? You know, putting emotions aside and just using pure logic. It's not gonna happen. I mean, you know, it's just not gonna happen. They can barely get a server to run well with the entire map. It's just, you know, I mean, if we're being honest, it's looking bleak. It's looking bleak. Turns out Searchlight Simulation is a subsidiary company of Simco. All of a sudden, news that's coming out, and you know, you got everything on the wall, and you start putting the string, and you're seeing that everything connects. Don't be surprised, man. Don't be surprised. Give them time to develop the US systems. If they were working on their own game, maybe. But you have to look at the foundation. You have to look at the core. And you know, assess and evaluate what's happening there. And then you form an opinion or an assumption from there. Oh snap! I need to put. Hold on. I need to put something in the oven. Why does the chat turn German every time I leave? What is this? How can I be unpunctual when I didn't give a time? Earlier I said 13 minutes. It was bang on 13 minutes. I said the stream was gonna start at 4. It started at 4. Did I say 2 minutes? I gave a time. If I gave a time, fair enough. I have no defense. When you say last time, please be more exact. When I came back with my coffee, I didn't need 30 minutes for the coffee. In that time, I used the bathroom. I made the coffee. I checked on the kids. Checked some stuff on my phone. No, when is your last time? It's subjective, no problem. So when is your last time that you are referring to? Am I? Maybe there should be a mass unfollowing. Mass unfollowing, mass unsubscribing. Saturday, 12 p.m. 12 p.m. EU time. Mass LWD Adnan unfollowing. Mass email to Matt Peddleston. Never take LWD as your ambassador. Be honest what you've done to me. What have I done to you? Oh, sorry. What have you done? What's happened? What facts are we putting, or what accusations are we putting on the table here? Anything new with me? With me? Isn't that what you say to someone that you haven't spoken to in like months? I saw we just spoke like 20 minutes ago. For me, last time for me is the time that was the last, but not the last until it really is the last, because the last only means when there is no next time. Wow. When there is no next time. Isn't that something? That has just, you know what? That has just, wow. Wow. Nabil, you've touched me. You've touched me. Not in a weird, creepy way, but in an emotional way. Thank you. Thank you, man. I think that should be framed on a wall. I'm toxic. How am I toxic? How am I toxic? What have I done to be toxic? You are toxic. Excuse me? What manner of accusations? Oh my god. Thank god I'm not a minor around Jackson. I'll complete this sentence for you. When am I going to start flight simming? It's a sticky one still. It's a sticky one. When am I going to start flight simming? I don't know what pieces of the puzzle would need to fall into place for me to do that, you know. I really don't. Because I don't feel like it would be a wise investment to purchase hardware like peripherals, but if I don't have the peripherals, I'm not doing it. So I think the singular situation in which I see myself playing MSFS or X-Plane would be if I somehow got the flight peripherals without paying. If they were just right here, I'd feel a bit of a push. But yeah, it's just a bit of a myth, really. What do you mean it's not how an adult should communicate? What? How should an adult communicate? Even if I win the lottery, like, it's just the principle. I'm just not into it. Like, if I win the lottery, I'm buying a Moser TSW wheel, R21 base, that kind of thing, you know? But I'm not going to buy any flight peripherals. It's just, it's more the principle than anything. Wish there was hardware piracy. I mean, theft. Just straight up theft. That is hardware piracy. Just literal theft. Bros with the movement. If buying isn't owning, piracy isn't stealing. I respect it. Put it on a flag and ride out. It's dismissible. Or I'm just not feeling flight simming. How about that? How about that being an option? Drive backwards to the Apple store. When I get to the point where I've got nothing left to lose, Jackson, I may consider. But then it's a catch-22, isn't it? Because then I'll have the car to lose. So, will I ever get to that point? How am I doing it, Stad Looks? What am I doing? What are you grateful for? Although without knowing the answer to that, thank you for your gratefulness. What do you mean steal the car? It's 2025. You don't just hotwire a car. You don't just break the window and hotwire a car. I need to get into contact with the thieves that have like the satellite thing and they walk around with it like ET to get a signal. Can the monitor limit FPS? Yes. As in, like, if you've got like a monitor faster than 60 Hertz, for example, but you're limiting the monitor to 60 Hertz, then it's going to limit your games to 60 frames per second. It's on the screen. Piece of the acknowledge is still on the screen. What was that? Why? As that happened, piece of the acknowledge from me pressing it was still on the screen. Why? Why? Why this? Why this? But your monitor's not going to limit your game to 20 FPS. I'll tell you that much. I don't know of a monitor that... I've never heard of a 20 Hertz monitor. What topic are we talking, Nabil? Rob elderly people with their car keys. They shouldn't be driving anyway. That's a fair point, to be honest. Yes, I'm inclined to partly agree. What do you mean? Isn't never putting effort into things? That is the biggest lie. That has come from the pit of hell. But yes, Nabil, you do make a good point. But then again, well, to be honest, no. Well, I don't watch train sim content. I watch sim racing content, but I don't watch like train sim content. Jackson, why have you just come on smoke today? Has all the drill that you've been listening to, has it finally got to your head? Doing a test has somehow done something. Your paranoia makes me laugh, man. Take it to a shop, like you said. Take it to a shop. Have it looked at professionally. They'll pull out all the stops for you. I would hope. Beep beep. I'm like your toxic ex-girlfriend. No, I'm not. I'm nothing like her. If truly I'm like her, then I think the problem is with you. That's very loud in my ears. Why does the volume of the sound alerts always seem to change? I don't touch it, and when I do, like I'll say, okay, I'm adjusting it. It was too quiet or it's too loud. I can't turn off the redeem sound because it will turn it off for everything. It's tied to just alerts in general. And to be honest, that came at the same time as the sound that time. It just wasn't gonna fool me. Turn all my settings up to ultra. I'm saying at 60 FPS. On what game? MSFS? You were just talking about it being what? That's not being about. What are you talking, bro? You're messing with my head, Eliezer. You're being bipolar. You were just telling me that it's weird and like it's. You're talking, asking if the monitor. What? Bro, you're bugging me out. He's bugging me out. Are you trolling me? The problem in that, Nabil, is that I can miss stuff. And already, God forbid I miss a chat, you know, for 2 seconds. I don't respond to something for 2 seconds. Oh, you ignore his chat. Oh, he doesn't like his chat. He's always ignoring his chat. Oh, God damn it. How much more now when I don't hear anything and I miss it? No, Jackson, it's funny, isn't it? Everyone's toxic around you except to you. Do you know what that means? I'm so sorry to break it to you. I really hate to break it to you this way, but do you know what it means? Do you know what the irony of it is, Alessandro? If turning your settings up, it made things easier for your PC, it honestly could be that you're being bottlenecked because you're at 1080p. If you were at 1440p or 4K, you'd have an experience that makes a bit more sense. But at 1080, it's almost like your PC is too OP, if that makes sense. No, no, no. You need to think about some things here, Jackson. You need to think about some things. I think you need to consider therapy. I know it's not what you want to hear. I know you may not agree with it. But I think that's the best way forward.
Game of 567 in our community is, will there be multiplayer?
There absolutely will be multiplayer in Train Sim World, absolutely. Of course, things have been going too well, haven't
It just doesn't get old. It just doesn't get old. I love it. You're always ignoring my... Okay, messages. It got cut off. Empirical data indicate that out of 100 messages sent, approximately 60% to 75% are actually read and acknowledged. This corresponds to a read and acknowledgement rate, RAW, ranging from 0.6 to 0.75, equating to an unexpected number of 60 to 75 engaged recipients per 100 messages. You see when we talk about YAP, there are levels to this. There are levels to yapping. You see the masterpiece in the realm of yap that has just been posted in chat? I can't match that. So if I had a proverbial crown for King of Yap, Nabil, I'll pass it on to you, my brother. Yeah, so LSZ, have you got VSync on? If you have VSync on and your monitor is limited to 60 Hertz, you will not go above 60. If you turn VSync off, you will see your frames skyrocket. However, you might encounter issues visually, such as screen tearing. Bro said flibberflop. What are you waffling about? Can you give us an estimated time for watch? You know what? ASR has to be a dev. I think you're a secret dev, ASR. Not on this very day where the DLC has been announced. Not any other day but this. Any other day but this. Today is not the day for it. It's that time when Yap and acknowledgement collide. That almost got me. I need to take the pizza out of the oven. Wait. Pizza's out the oven, boys. Research shows that 89.3% of effective communication involves a minimum of 17 minutes of uninterrupted yap, followed by at least 3 seconds of genuine nodding. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stats. Cheers, Jeff. My only real friend is ChatGPT. Again, I just don't understand this this attack here, you know? I thought it was all Gucci. I thought it was all cool. Like I said, you know, I think some inner healing is due here. You know, so some time in a state of meditation, in a time of self-assessment. This is just my, it's not a blame, it's just simple advice, you know? It's just simple advice. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm still not tough. I'm not trying to be tough. What has signaled to you that I'm making efforts to be tough? I'm destroying your mental health and making fun of you. Not at all. Not at all. I've explained the headset position with a completely understandable and valid thought. My name is going in on suicide note. I'd be honored. I'd be honored. Please write good things about me. You know, be truthful. I can wear them normally, but it won't be comfortable. Actually, how would I even do that? If I wear them normally, they're gonna fit both my ears. So what do you mean? Wearing normally is wearing them with both covering my ears. I will do whichever voice I decide is necessary for a given situation on a given date and time, as I please. So you will twist the truth. Is that what you're saying? That's how I've understood that, Jackson. That you're gonna twist the truth. Which, you know what? It is what it is, you know? I mean, if you have haters, people that will lie on you, accuse you, it's a sign that you're doing something right. So you know what? Once again, twist the truth. I'm honored. I'm even more so now. Even more so. I don't even know what Dora sounds like. I have to hear her. And it's not necessary and doesn't pertain to the situation at hand either. So even if I decline, I'll still be within the boundaries of my explanation. My response time is always on point, mate. Holiday Express stream voice. I don't even remember what. I can't even do that. I have to be in a state of darkness. Probably mentally where Jackson is now. I have to be there. Because that wasn't a performance. That was raw emotion. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. No one that has no one who's, you know, been a seasoned TSW player is today the person they were at the beginning. No one. Oh, so you are attending therapy. That's good. That's progress. Well done, Jackson. Well done. See, that's what I'm talking about right there, man. You go. You go, little rock star. ASR, no. Not good enough, mate. You know when everything, Simrel, will occur. Therefore, I implore you to rethink your response. What do you mean second place overtaken me a nerd? Where are you? Are you just like now? Have you ascended in the realm of Yap? Have you ascended? Have you risen? Jackson, if I do, the guilt will consume you for your sake. I'm not fussed, but for your sake, I hope I don't have severe pain this evening. For your sake. Oh, that's not a problem. I can think about you. I think about you. I think good things about you. You know. I mention your name when you're not around. On the LWD yapping leaderboard, I can't be in it. It'll be unfair. Jackson, my one desire for you today is that you find some inner peace. That's it. That's it. I hope that you find inner peace. I hope that, again, you assess, you evaluate the core issues that have attached themselves to you. That was applicable in 2014. Yeah? 10 years ago, 11 years ago, actually, that was applicable. I would have absolutely indeed, at Burger King, put the fries in the bag. However, we have elevated. We have ascended. We have reached new heights. Okay, see Jackson, now if you want to get timed out, Now you're heading in that direction. Please don't ever say that in my chat again. Please don't ever say that in my chat again. Nope, ASR, nope. Any response but the answer to that question is just not acceptable. Period. Thank you, Nabil. You've done me a great favor there. You've done the chat a great favor as well. Nice one. Good stuff. Good stuff. We don't bring that poison over here. That one is okay. That one is okay. I like that. I like that. But Skibbity Riz, it makes me feel like I want to die. Who's good in this chat, LSN? Me included. Who's actually good? What is no, yeah, nah. Yeah, I see why you've ascended. I see I see how you're beyond, above any Yap leaderboard on this planet. No one's good, bro. I don't know whether it's the game. I don't know whether it's me. I don't know whether it's y'all. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. I wonder how many people we scare away. Like, as a team. I wonder how many people we scare away. People that think, oh wow, you know, fantastic. It's, you know, Train Sim Mode stream. Oh great. It's the new DLC. It's on PC. I can see the full timetable. You know, decent number of viewers. Oh yeah, this is fabulous. They click on, and it's like walking into like a Set 8 classroom on crack. Kurt is at full. The fact that I'm laughing at that meme now is evidence. Something's gone wrong. Something has gone wrong. How are the devs and people affected by these events? As an influencer, you're ignoring these very poor people affected by this issue. No. Who there, right? Dev people affected is thinking about the mental well-being of the people they've made these promises to. Help me out with that. Do me a solid and answer. Do me a solid and answer that for me. Someone's got to respond there. Someone's got to respond to it. It ain't gonna be me. I've got kids in the building. No, but see, you should have personally looked into it yesterday. At any time that you say you're going to look into it, it should have been done yesterday. As a matter of fact, why am I not here celebrating the release of the US DLC? And it said the questions, bro. The questions. There's many. There's many. There's many. Oh, mate, Unity, Funity. I need my DLC. I need my hope. I need something to trigger my faith back in to Simrel. That is a fundamental piece of the puzzle that's currently missing at this moment in time. You need a psych ward. You first. If you man do it, I'll do it, innit? It's the feeling of my brain melting away. I think that's my... I think I also... Jackson, can I go to your therapist? Is there space for one more? LSZ. I mean, you're seeing the effects, isn't it? Sanity has left a chat. You know, there's a price. You know, it's doable. It's doable, but there's a price. She's welcome. Okay, that's great. She's not your toxic ex by any chance, is she? That's not who your therapist is. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Ah. Okay, well, you've done well to excuse yourself for the German DLC. You've done very well. I actually really love that sense of immersion there. Keep cooking. Keep cooking. Now, please, on to the more pressing matter, arguably. The US DLC. What's the reason? What's going on there? Please. It's not your toxic ex. I mean, I'm filled with a bit more hope in that case. I'm filled with a bit of hope. Too much Taris. How? Did you order her from Temu? It can't go on like this. I mean, there's not much more to it. It just can't go on like this. It just can't go on for much longer. If there was ever one Jackson, this is it. You know, a painful death. It was always a question of whether was it a concept? Was it a concept or you know, is it a reality, right? A painful death. We have a new perspective here. But the question is though, are you slowly dying inside? Because you won't know that you're slowly dying, because if you survive, then you weren't slowly dying, right? So, but then you're never gonna know that you were actually dying because you would have died. So it's Gert's conscience theory. I'm gonna stop the train here because otherwise I'm gonna get stopped by 500 hertz magnet. Nah, you even alive? Ah. Perhaps you're just a construct living on a strange body. Ah, okay. Okay. See, hey, so was it that hard to just give us, the bad news? I know it's tough sometimes. You have to brave the weather. You'll make it through the storm. That was all we wanted. That was all we wanted. At no point did I feel like it was a bit too much. At no point did I feel like it was a bit too much. That was what the people needed. It was what the people needed to know. Period. Who are we raiding today? Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Also known as GCT, yeah. Jackson. You're begging for it. You're dying for it.
It's done.
No, see, the maths is just going
Bitte schon, guys.
it's just going to mash up my head at this point. There's a German guy streaming. What is it? Please be streaming Thomas. Please be streaming Thomas. Oh, he's got a really cool overlay. I want that. He's got a PZB. I want that. I think he's doing Frankfurt. He's got 26 viewers. Yeah, he's decent. Oh, Train Sim World official. Shall we raid them? Shall we raid Matt and friends?
That's a good engine. Smiles the top of hat.
But why is the volume on?
I'll see you at
Okay,
the
I had it low.
And with that, Sir Topham Hatt turned and walked away.
We're raiding Train Sim World official. These are not for ambassador. This is the first question. All right. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will send you guys to watch some Thomas. And, it's an incredible livery that I see right now. LBSC 70. There's just something about it that's heartwarming and touching. Enjoy it. Enjoy the stream. Remember, be nice. Be kind. Thank you very much for joining me today. I bid you farewell. Have a lovely rest of your day or evening. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay safe. Yo, I've taken Gert's position. Jesus loves you all. And until the next one, peace out.